Me spending 30 minutes on something is probably better than most people spending years on it. My job as an investor is to be as expert as I can in the time commitments and constraints that I have. It's these kinds of like backhanded compliments that are like, what's wrong with you psychologically? Just say, hey, here's the one thing I think you said wrong. Here's the 5 things I think you said wrong. Here's why they're wrong. Here's who I am, etc. It's not that hard to just put it out there. Well, there's things that you don't understand, but you think that you understand. What are you, a Reddit guy? Oh, crypto, you don't understand crypto. Do you? I'm sorry, is this Vitalik? Because when I talk to the top people in crypto, they think I understand it. I just can't meet your requirements. At least Mark Andreessen, Peter Thiel think I understand tech. But, the anon in my chat, I can't impress you, I'm sorry. It's hard to know if Ethereum is a short or not. You're headed to just size, Martin. That explains, now you've clarified everything. Try to be more coherent. So Dwave has to raise 400, and the problem is I don't know that they're going to be able to. That's a lot to raise. I don't care how many banks you use. I don't think Wall Street's got 400 for Dwave. Who's going to buy it? The only way they could do it is they price it in the hole. So that means if, let's say they say we're going to do the deal at 16, okay? Well, it's 1640 right now. If they do the deal at 16, the only way I'm going to buy it is if they price it at 16 so that I can flip it for 1620 or 1630 the day it opens. Wherever they price it, I don't know if there's a deal low enough. I wouldn't have done this if I were them. This is kind of ballsy. I would have done ATM. I would have kept it on the ATM. They might have downsized the deal to like 200. We're 10x oversubscribed. 100x oversold. So they basically decided that they're going to sell 30 million shares of stock, roughly, which equals to around $400 million. They got Needham to run the books, which is a little bit surprising. Needham's been on every conference call. Now they got rewarded. Nobody else, I actually don't recognize most of these guys. Have not covered the stock. Maybe Canaccord, Craig Hallam, I don't know. I don't even know who Rosenblatt is. They're going to go around Wall Street next 2 or 3 days. They're going to try to go ahead and sell these 30 million shares. There's no price. I don't know if they can do this at 16, 15 and a half, 15. If it were me, I don't think there's going to be any natural buyers who want to buy it and hold it. But there are people who will flip. And what you do then is you basically, if the banker tells you it's going to go down at 15 and a half, you say, oh, $1 below where it's trading at. On the one hand, that's juicy, because if the stock opens back at 16 and a half, I pocket a free $1, 15 and a half. Buy 100,000 shares for that. And that's how the deal gets done with people who are thinking, maybe the stock will settle in at even 16. I'll make 50 cents. This ain't no ATM. I don't think this is ATM. Yeah, that's the assumed price is just whatever. I don't think this is ATM. This is a standard secondary. They're not doing... You wouldn't hire 8 banks for ATM. Oh, it is an ATM. Never mind. I mean, it's going to be $500 million of selling pressure for the next month or two. The thing about D-Wave is they clean that up so fast. Banks don't have any role in ATM. They just press a button and sell on you. Well, you don't need the banks. What you do is you pay the banks. So this deal is going to generate 12 mil of banking fees. So you sprinkle $1 million to Needham. I mean, I don't know, you're going to pay Needham $2 or $3 million? For what? That's a lot of money for Needham, man. Be one of their biggest banking clients. You know what that gets you? A buy rating? On the conference call, you get the congratulations on the conference call. Bookings are down 50%, but congratulations. You did great. $12 million is a lot in banking fees. That gets you every bank on the street giving you a buy rating. Congratulations on the strong quarter. Congrats on the quarter. Congrats, 90 days have passed. I mean, eventually enough supply is enough supply. But it definitely also gets, it gets stockholders, it gets bankers juiced up to...
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate you being...
Raise on the other companies. So IonQ, QCI, Rigetti, all the banks are like, see what they just did? We need 400 for you too. You need to stay competitive. The Rigetti guy's like, I don't know, I'm already have plenty of cash. No, you need more. I don't want to do any acquisitions like crazy Dwave, like crazy IonQ guy. And I'm not defrauding anybody. IonQ, they go to him want you to raise $600 million, more than D-Wave's 400. QCI guys, they're like, Canadian, we're gonna raise some money, eh? Sorry, we're a fraud. We want to raise some money, eh? Just do the secondary.
Berto, very cool, man. You're a quantum expert. What's your favorite quantum algorithm? I would do like NI space S&P or just NH, SPY, equity N. Those are a couple things you could try. I mean, you can search news just by like very specific fine-tuned things, but then you also have the opposite. So I would do maybe NI inclusion, NI index. Well, I actually understand what Shor's algorithm is, unlike you. I don't see how you would like Shor's algorithm because Shor's algorithm doesn't really give you any commercial potential. So why would you even like that one? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, you should work on Wall Street. It's, you know, we need you. We need you. Did you buy the dip in 08? How'd you do in 08? Here. I bought the dip in 2000. Then I bought it again in 2001. Then I bought it again in 2002. What? How are you buying the dip each time? What? Oh, you probably have income. You take the income and that's where you buy the dip from, right? What are you managing, Steph? Couple $100 million? Who's got money with you? Which families? What are you charging? 2 and 20? Let me in. I want to put 10 in at least. Every time you can't beat it. You just buy the dip. Get my bi-weekly paycheck. I throw it right in there. I'm selling insurance on the side. What kind of Sharpe ratio do you think you have? Perma-bear. What? What kind of Sharpe you got? What's the biggest drawdown you got? Too many stupid people in the markets. They'll learn. Don't worry. They'll learn the hard way. 2000 did it to them. 0 Sharpe? What's your max drawdown? What's your biggest monthly loss? What are your concentration limits? Have you ever shorted anything? I think the financial system is probably more intact than it ever has been. I think the problem is the government side. It's a geopolitical problem more. When I buy the dip, you buy the dip. I don't know, Michael. I wouldn't trade the options, that's for sure. You got to call in. We'll give you $100 if you call in, Steph. $100 Cash App. I think Sailor will blow up. He's I'm out of fat. I think Fathom, it's hard to say. I think the market's pretty, market figured it out fast. Not much there. When you say naked short, Michael, that's just, to professionals, that's just short. We don't say naked short. Naked short is when you don't have a borrow. You know, it's like saying, okay, listen, you got to pick the best basketball team. Let's do this, all right? Ready? Best basketball players. Ooh, pick your squad. Got it? You want to do basketball? I think we do basketball. We got Michael Jordan, Larry Bird. We got Kobe Bryant. I can't believe I have to stoop to this level to show people how to think, but I'm going to do my best, and maybe this will make it clear. Who else is good? LeBron James. And we don't know which one is which, right? We don't know which one is which. Who's going to be great and who isn't. Allen Iverson, my favorite. Well, we kind of think if we want to play a basketball game, we might want one of those legends, but, oh, you know what? There's an electric fence here called... This is a private company. You can't buy this one. Can't. No. Next. Oh, you say, okay, you know what? Let me get Jordan. Nope, he's privately held too. All right, you know what? Give me Bird. I want Bird. Yeah, no, Bird's part of Google now. Sorry, Google owns Bird. Can't have Bird. You can have this guy. This one's fine. You want this one? Nah, I don't know if I want that one. He might have been a beverage company at one point in his career. I don't look too good. You know, give me one. Give me AI. Give me AI. No, AI is part of Microsoft. I'm sorry. Would you like 𝗏𝗏? He looks pretty good. Yeah, no, maybe he could be an NBA player someday, but he looks like he's 8 years old. I don't. That ain't gonna work. Give me Braun. Give me Braun. Braun's left, right? I don't know if you can have Braun because he's IBM or Quantinuum. So how come I can't pick the good ones? How come I can't pick the ones I want? Well, those aren't the ones that are going to help you. All right, you know what? Give me little Tyrone. Give me little Cubidius. Give me Daquan. We're going to call him Daquanum. That's my squad. That's what's up. That's the squad. We need somebody. I got to bet on Quantum somehow. Let me pick one of the, it's on the menu. You can't have that one. It's private. You want Quantinuum, but They're the leader. They have the most fidelity. They got the highest fidelity qubits, but you can't have it because you're broke. You need 10, 20 million to buy this stock. And that has to be a small position for you. Ain't happening. Oh, you know what? Let me eat the spaghetti, bro. Let me get a really nice bowl of spaghetti. That sounds great. You see, if you buy the spaghetti, unfortunately, it comes with Google. And so you're really not going to benefit from quantum because it's a $2 trillion company. Even if quantum becomes big, which it probably won't, it's really 90% Google with one strand of spaghetti. So it ain't going to work. Okay, well, tell me about the baloney. What's wrong with the baloney? Yes, as you predicted, the baloney is only available to accredited investors. You cannot get the baloney. It's privately held. But I'm really hungry. I want to buy something. I mean, eat something. I need to eat something today. What about the quiches? The quiches are part of Microsoft and IBM. You could order it, but you're just going to get a bunch of IBM. You're not going to get any quiche. Do you want a bowl of IBM? We can give you that. No, I really don't want to make money. I can't have a bowl of a good company like that. IBM or Microsoft, Amazon, Google. No, I don't know what you're thinking here. I need something big, something huge. That's too old style for me. I need to 100x my money. Okay, let me get the zucchini. Yeah, still private. Sorry. It might IPO someday for 36 billion. You could buy it then. No, but there'd be no upside then. I know. I'm so sorry. You didn't get the call for the Series A? You didn't get the call, 𝗥𝗎𝗡𝗥𝗏𝗏? They didn't call you up? They didn't get you in the Series A? Little baggie? Oh, no, they didn't call you. Well, what else is on the menu? Can I get some dog? Yes, you can have all you want. Nobody wanted the dog. We had to SPAC it. We have it in the SPAC from a couple of years ago. You want this now? Well, everyone else is eating it. He's eating it. She's eating it. You know, I really think you might want to try the cat. That might be better. If there is a good company, how do you know it's the one that's public? How do you know it's not Quantinuum that just wipes everyone on the ground? How do you know it's not IBM that just wins this? You know, AI is funny. You know, AI has small companies that became big companies like OpenAI and Anthropic, but there's also Google. So you couldn't really bet on Google. Google hasn't gone up or down because of AI. Facebook is a leader in AI. Alibaba. But, you know, you could have gotten OpenAI, right? No. Did you invest in OpenAI? Did one of you guys invest? Did one of you invest? Did you get you got into the safe? But you didn't get an OpenAI, right? And you didn't get an Anthropic because they stayed private. You can buy Soundhound. I heard that's an AI stock. Oh, you know what? Maybe you can buy, what else is a good AI stock? 𝗕𝗢𝗄 AI. It's got AI in the name. That's great. They're going to do good. I just feel bad for the people who made these obvious mistakes. You look at the menu that's available to you instead of looking at the whole menu. Millions of people own these dog stocks now, but they only own them because they can't own Quantinuum. They can't or don't want to own IBM. They can't or don't want to own Google. And I'm sure I have friends in PsiQuantum and Quantinuum, but they're rich. They're rich. They can afford it. $10 million minimum. You can get in Quantinuum too. $10 million you can get in PsiQuantum. But you know what? You've decided that, yeah, you don't want to be long those stocks. If somebody said, you know what, Martin, I don't know which one of these quantum stocks is going to win. I'm going to put 10,000 in each one, and I'm just going to wait 10 years. I would say, you know what, that's not so crazy. You know why? Because if I put 10,000 in each one, I don't have to worry about who's going to win or lose. And imagine you do that and you run a Monte Carlo, and 70% of the time, it's not the stocks you picked because you didn't buy Google and you said that's not going to go up even if quantum works. That's just a bet on advertising and AI. No, I put more money in 𝗕𝗢𝗄. Maybe there'll be a world where venture is available, but we don't live in that world now. Venture isn't available. I don't do options or CFDs. Use focus, Marwan. Press the backtick key to open the terminal, like so, and then type focus as your command. Well, you don't got to read the documentation. That's all right. Well, I haven't heard from anybody, but I know Michael Bloomberg himself is aware of it. I'm not sure yet, meme, but we will perfect it. Most V1, V2 UIs are not the final UIs. So we just hired our first designer, for example. So you're going to see, you know, slightly better, really subtle changes that will make it a lot better. Texas grid. I don't think I would ever sell to Bloomberg. Mike's not a spring chicken no more, man. He's an old man. It's time for a new man in town. Well, Garps, there's a little bit of secret sauce. Some of the guys who have tried, they're either programmers who have never traded or traders who've never programmed. And I'm both. And that don't end right there. They make Bloomberg without the Bloomberg. I'll let you read between the lines on that one. Yeah, we're going to put tweets in there. Twitter API coming soon. $80 too much for you, then I don't know. You ain't much of an investor in my book. You know, I tend to look at the value of the company, my own opinion on the value of the company before anything else. Yeah, we accept accredited investors. You have to be accredited, and you're welcome to take a look at our slide deck. And you know, we're not going to take, you know, a small amount. We're looking, you know, 50,000 minimum. Oh yeah, we'll do an AI at some point. API, excuse me. You know, being in the API business is a little weird, but we certainly understand it and want to do it. Well, you know, there are lots of API providers, and, you know, it is expensive. I mean, it's not. Oh, we are hiring. Yeah, I'll give a opinion on Soundhound. I mean, it's basically kind of it's not a scam, but it's not really an AI company. They're trying to take advantage of the buzzword, but they're not really. I don't know, Sean. We're you know, I think that we want to expand the market as well. You know, just as my boy was saying, like, you know, just the market for fund managers that want to use Bloomberg more easily when they're traveling or they're at home and they don't have their B unit and they want to log in and do all that stuff. Just go to our website. Just that market alone is multi-billion. You think I'm kidding, but it's crazy. It's very annoying to log into Bloomberg. You can't persist your login. Man, I just want to check the holders list real quick. I got to go on my Bloomberg, but I'm not on my corporate intranet, blah, blah, blah. Man, just check the Godel. Oh, 𝗥𝗢𝗄, you sold? How did we know? How did I know you sold the top? You top ticked it perfect. 𝗥𝗢𝗄, you picked the top again. Perfect trader, 𝗥𝗢𝗄. Well, FactSet and Reuters are not 1/10 the cost. Do you have it on your desktop and at home? And when you're on the road? You still got to put a password in, don't you? They still log you off at night, don't you? There's a lot of people that share one. Yeah, why do you have to mobile authenticate anything? It's so stupid. Yeah, you know, a lot of people are sharing a Bloomberg, and it's one of these things where, you know, maybe the juniors, Bloomberg's too expensive. Give them a Godel. Better than having them crowd around a Bloomberg. So anyway, we'll continue to build the product out and get the same exact functionality. I don't think it's gonna be that hard. We're already a good chunk of the way there. We got commodities rolling out, futures, international stocks, bonds. That's basically it. Then just do each function. HDS, CN. What's your favorite? Top. We got top in the works. We got eco in the works. We can go public someday. But the thing about fintechs is you make a lot of profits. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was a similar thing. Yeah, we're on AWS. We're multi-cloud, but yeah, we do AWS too. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, Sam Waxel was in prison with the Martha Stewart scandal. Came out, made a $3 billion company. His brother was the CEO. When it was time for them to go public, he resigned, put somebody he trusted in charge, and that was it. And you know, there's people that are better than me when the company gets a lot bigger. You know, I'm a good entrepreneur for the early stage. You know, when it comes to the bigger companies, you know, let somebody else do that. It's not a big deal. Azure, you learn the codes quickly. You know, that's the thing. And once you learn the codes, you never forget them. I agree with you, Papa Mike, but the other Papa Mike, Mike B, he doesn't want you sharing your Bloomberg. He doesn't want you. A lot of the mechanisms there are intended to stop piracy and sharing of it. You're logged off. Okay, now the guy whose fingerprint's attached to it, he's got to log on. Okay, well now, if he's not around, you know, it's a whole anti-piracy system, quite frankly. Yeah, anybody that wants to email me, you know, about whatever you'd like, just feel free to. FactSet's a great company, great partner. We like them a whole lot. Who knows? Maybe they'll buy us out. a lot of fintechs. Nice, Azure. Yeah, I would love to talk to you about that if you're interested. We're hiring sales. We're hiring programmers. We mostly want people in New York City. Unless you have some really special reason, we're pretty much only going to look at people in New York City. And you have to be like some absurd off the wall reason that, you know, we should look at you. No, you know, offense to anybody. We don't want remote workers. We want people. Yeah, we relocate somebody, but they, again, you know, we ain't gonna do all that unless you worked at Jane Street, you worked at a well-known place, you worked at Bloomberg maybe, you worked at FactSet, you got a lot of experience in financial systems. You know, we don't want to. There's plenty of people here on Wall Street, you know, in New York. We don't need to go crazy and bring out some guy in some other place in New York only. Yeah, no, Florida's great. You know, Florida's great. Now, look, if somebody knows institutions and they want to do sales or something, I mean, I'm very open to it. You know, because sales is about, you guys know what sales is about. Sales is about who you know. You can bring me clients. I don't care where you live. You know, your cousin is the head of some asset management firm and he's going to buy 1,000 terminals from me. You're hired. You're just a Nepo baby. No problem. As long as you bring that revenue in, you can Nepo baby right here. I probably wouldn't hire an Austria guy again unless he gave me a good reason to hire him. No, I know some Nepo babies. Of course, I like philosophy, but I just don't have the time to study everything. Nobody has the time to even, quite frankly, be an expert in one thing. I have a friend who's a mathematician. He comes around here a lot. You know, he doesn't have the time to learn all the just kinds of mathematics. Even 𝗕𝗢𝗘 is not an expert in all kinds of mathematics. So, you know, you got to pick your battles. Now, having said that, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a broad scope of knowledge. I mean, it's a great thing, right? But you just sometimes, you know, if you can get by life just all natural, you know, why not? You know, if you need it to calm you down or something, you probably just need a psychiatrist, to be honest. That's why I'm me and you're you. I'm willing to sit here for the next 60 hours on PubMed. Are you? What are you doing this weekend? Nothing. Reading PubMed. I've got McDonald's wrappers over there. I've got cat pee over there. I don't care. You think I care? Look at these eyes. Look into these eyes. You think I care? No, I don't care. I need to get this trade right. That's what I care about. You don't got that dog in you, do you? Yeah, you know, you don't always make money every day. We made a lot yesterday, so